Alright, so there's a couple people to talk to here.
Come take a look.
Hello.
I'll give you a good price.
Oh, I see a data point
Buy what you need, leave the rest. Don't get involved.
up here.
Won't cost you a
It's
dime.
always the ones you least expect.
The derangement. Scanned glyphs. Parchment scroll of glyph text and detailed anatomical drawings of machines. Scan glyphs, the derangement of machines. Esteemed lords and ladies of the Sun Court, honored canes and patrons. Your concerns regarding the continuing derangement of the machines are noted. Though many seasons have passed since the first sightings of this frightful change, the Sun King is well aware that this is no longer a matter of reports from border patrols and Hunter's Lodge expeditions. One needs only look to the abandoned estate lands, indeed the estates you owned, left for the jewel to reclaim, or to the empty freeholds of the common Carja folk. Know that the Sun King has taken every measure to protect Holy Meridian and the Maze Lands with renewed patrols. As for entreating the Sun, we believe the cause of the derangement cannot be the Sun's displeasure alone, for the years of sacrifice under Sun King Jiran produced no noticeable effect on the machines. His luminance and the Sun Priests are in agreement that, even if this is an ordeal set for us by the Sun, our suffering will not be reduced with blood. For your edification, I will recount what we have observed of the derangement. Of the simpler machines, the herd creatures, the gallopers, the scuttlers, where once they fled at the sight of men, and now they are more likely to charge. The larger creatures, once only a menace to the inebriated and foolhardy, can be seen to lunge at the unwary with murderous intent. There's nothing to say of the coming of the Sawtooth or its metal brethren, the Ravager, the Stalker, or that terrible giant, the Thunderjaw. Each one has proved a more capable killer of men than the last, each wielding a wider array of strange weapons. The wilds are no longer safe due to the hostility of these new machines, though to date they'd not attacked a settlement within the Sundom. Outlanders have brought no shortage of fanciful explanations for this behavior. Some suggest that the machines have come to resent men for hunting them, yet such a thing has never been witnessed among beasts of flesh and blood, and they are proven to be more capable of thinking and memory. Carja hunters and Oseram tinkerers alike have attempted to understand the phenomenon by inspecting felled machines, but these appear no different to those harvested many years before derangement began, with the same assortments of wires, braiding, lenses, hearts, and so on. When these parts are subjected to the light of the sun or to Oseram experiments with fire and spark, they react as they always have. The Banuk, however, claim to have recorded a change in the machine songs of the machine spirits, suggesting that these have become increasingly discordant. The Sun King has sent envoys to Ban-Ur to learn more, in the hopes that their mysticism might contain a truth when the rational light of the sun is brought to bear upon it. Of course, the Sun King graciously welcomes your own contributions to study of the derangement, asking only that they are delivered in written form and not during royal audience. His Luminance also hopes to dissuade you from participating in machine hunts during these uncertain times. The strength of a united Sun Court is the strength of all Carja. Respectful, Tashadi, Court Envoy. Okay, that was a lot of information. So each of the different tribes have their own interpretations of what's happening. Zaid?
Are you in charge here?
No, that would be Captain Balahn. I'm his second in command, Prefect Zaid.
Hi, Zaid.
Wait, you're Zaid?
Ah, you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way.
Yeah, I'm sure that worked.
Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
Okay, at least he's aware.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Saeed.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything less than helpful, please let me know.
I mean, his demeanor seems honest. I guess we'll find out. He could very easily be lying. Alright, looks like there's a mission down here.
Can't trust him, not after what Jan told me. That garrison is my only lead.
I see another data point. Is it down? Alright, let me get the mission. What's up? Oh, it's Balahn.
Captain Balahn, I have questions for you. First, about another Nora woman who might have come through here. And second, about the trail to Meridian. What can I expect on the way?
Well, it was definitely another Nora. No way I'd forget that. She caused an incident. As for what to expect on the trail, nothing good. More machines all the time, and our scouts report corruption that way as well. So much for sealing things off. Keep to the roads. They're safe enough. Though after what you did at the gate, I'll wager you don't scare easy. It's a good quality. I could put it to use, if you don't mind a quick jaunt back east. I know it's bold of me to ask a favor after you just did one, but I can offer you answers in return. If there's anything you need to know about the Sundom.
Okay, lots of questions here. Favor.
What do you need, Captain?
I sent several patrols east when we got word of corrupted machines there. All of them confirmed my fears, so I sealed the gates.
Sorry.
But it looks like we left some men behind when they were closed. Waleed, tell her what happened.
Machines attacked us near an abandoned Nora village, sir. Lakir told us to pull back. Then I lost sight of the others.
Never seen a Nora woman before, soldier? Have some respect. Report to her, not to me.
Lakir always stresses reporting back, so that's what I did. I felt terrible about leaving them behind.
Now that the gates are open again, I can send someone after them.
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men? What about Waleed here?
Most Nora still don't take well to the sight of Carja armor. Officially, it's a risk to send patrols so close to your sacred land. I'd prefer not to do that again. But heading that way won't be a problem for you.
Please, yes.
What was that, soldier?
Nothing, sir.
Zaid?
You have an officer here by the name of Zaid. Are you aware of the accusations against him?
Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. Now, if there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it. And the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive.
Oh my god, there's so many questions.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the road to Meridian?
Sun King Avad has devoted considerable resources to making it safe. But by the sun's witness, it's been harder to control in peace than it was during the war. Machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect a few outposts like this one. As for everywhere else, well, travel at your own risk.
Did an Oseram named Olin come through here?
Twice. He was part of the royal delegation to the Nora, and they passed through on the way, then back. And they brought back stories of a vicious attack on your people. My condolences, of course.
Do you know where Olin is now?
Not exactly, but he was on his way to Meridian, I'm certain of that. Everyone goes to Meridian.
Okay, so let's ask about the Sundom.
What's Meridian like?
It's a changed place. A living city. Nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Jiran. Avad, our new king, has done all he can to make sure of that. Slavery has been abolished. There's a new alliance with the Oseram. And the Sun Ring, where so many Outlanders were killed, is now a memorial to the fallen.
It sounds as though you approve of the new Sun King.
He is the chosen of the sun, and what the Sundom needs after 10 years of war. A calming light, not a scouring one. Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper in the shadows that he's weak. No. Peace is strength, as the sun shall show.
Where do things stand between your tribe and the Nora now?
Sun King Avad wants peace. So do the matriarchs, I'm told. But old wounds are slow to mend, and both tribes are proud. My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom. Especially now after... well, while your people recover from this terrible attack, I mean.
What is this place exactly?
Daytower marks the eastern edge of Carja territory. A trading post, a way station. One with an ugly reputation among your people. During the reign of the last Sun King, many Nora were taken captive, then gathered here for transport to Meridian, and sacrifice. But the sun set on that. I was appointed by the Sun King Avad to make sure old Carja at this outpost show respect to the Nora.
I mean, Avad seems like a nice guy. I'm wondering if the cultists that attacked the Proving are a splinter cell from like Jiran's loyalists, and they're the ones who are trying to that still blame like the Nora and require their blood to try and appease the derangement of the machines. It's also possible that Avad is not quite as graceful as he is presenting himself so far.
So the Carja are allied with the Oseram?
Hard to believe, but it's true. Mad Sun King Jiran raided the Oseram for years. Avad managed to get them on his side. He had help, of course. Ursur and Eren played a part. Oseram siblings, bigger than life. They gathered an army to free Meridian. I marched with them, scaled the North Cliff with my men, and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Jiran's kestrels and priests packing. Now Oseram are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
Alright, well, looks like that's finally everything.
I'll see what I can do about your missing men.
I will be grateful, but not as grateful as Waleed. You heard that, lunkhead? You might be off the hook.
He seems nice. Alright, I think I need to drop down here. Or was it above? It might be up on that lift.
The world beyond the sacred land. I need to find Olin and learn everything he knows. Who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus. Who the woman is. One who looks like me. Why they want me dead. Olin's trail leads to Meridian. When I catch him, he will talk. And he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
Would you like to buy something today?
Bah. That didn't work. It is there. I see it. Now I just have to figure out how to get up there. Does a Carja trader have more options? It feels like there's more options here. Yeah, now I see Oseram stuff as well. They have different outfits for resistance to different elements, so it'd be kind of nice to have an option of outfits to choose from depending on what the current threat is. Any new weapons that I should be looking at? Oh yeah, there are. The Shadow Sharpshot Bow, so I need a Sawtooth Heart. I can get the Shadow Tripcaster for a Scrapper Heart. Let's do that. All right. And then I can get the Shadow Hunter Bow as well. to replace that one. I need crystal braiding to get the shadow sling, and I need a sawtooth heart to get the sharp shot bow. Alright, now then, how do I get... I was trying to land on the tomatoes. Let's see, wait. So I looked at your weapons, I looked at... You have ammo. I'll take the free samples, thanks. Golden fast travel pack. Unlimited fast travel to discover campfires and settlements throughout the world. Well, that seems like a great thing to buy. Too bad it requires me to kill a fox. I don't want to kill a fox. Probably more than one to get a skin. Right, how am I supposed to get to this? Am I supposed to like break this?
With scars from battles. I ran.
This is sketchy. This does not feel correct. Aha! Nailed it. All right, the claim. A small glyph book on cheap parchment, illustrated with sketches of arguing Oseram men. A guide to the claim by the well-traveled Aram. Often I fling open the windows of my villa not only to partake of the scents and sights of the city, but to hear the questions on the streets. Equally often, I hear asked aloud what to make of these outsiders, these Oseram, who are suddenly our allies or even neighbors. Excuse me. Why do they eat as they do, argue as they do? What is the matter of their heady scent? Why are they always drinking? Like a ray of the sun amid the darkness, a question is best followed to its source. So, for the benefit of the inquisitive, I contrived to join a trading caravan to the claim, at least as far as the closest village beyond the break walls. The claim. It is a muted land where fire smoke hangs heavy in the air among the tall, thin trees, where the ground has not been dug up in the Oseram's ceaseless search for metal. It is cased in frost, and beneath the frost, yet more frost before stony soil, and worse, soot. Everywhere, soot, all pervading. Though I had worn my sturdiest travel silks, keeping them unsoiled proved impossible. No duh. Noticing my discomfort, some Oseram washerwomen offered their services, but seeing the shade of the water in their tubs, I declined. Indeed, regard for cleanliness is not an Oseram virtue. Despite its protective walls of piled slate and slouched round stone huts, the village struck me as overly exposed to the elements, the chief elements in the claim being a cold, oily rain and hoarfrost. Even so, the open fires hissed and spat and burned on, and the mood was bustling and lively, much as you might find in an outbuilding for livestock, for example. What I will endure to bring the light of knowledge to the folk of my tribe. The Oseram have no priests or kings and spit at the mention of such titles, but they defer to the council of their wise men, the village eldermen. It seems each settlement elects such men for the purpose of unceasing argument. From dawn until long into the night, they shout over each other on matters of policy and taxation. Come the next morning, a line of villagers will already have formed for the privilege of arguing back. I joined such a line for several hours while children squealed, birds squawked, and hammering, accursed, endless hammering, echoed over the trampled straw and rain-filled cart ruts. Finally, I was permitted to face the three eldermen and deliver my question. I asked for their opinion on the peace between our tribes and Sun King Avad's offer of welcome in Meridian itself. Readers, I say asked, but the matter was not so simple, as the Oseram erupted into insults and arguments even before the words had finished leaving my lips. I found myself talked over, shouted down, subjected to seemingly unconnected abuse, and it was only when I raised my voice in return, an invigorating experience, that I was grudgingly answered. Their opinions are muddled and mixed, to say the least, and I will not profane this parchment by transcribing the words used to express them. Suffice it to say that they see the benefit of free trade between our tribes and indeed have flourished from it after long years of war. However, it seems few Oseram that trade outside the claim return their taxes, or even return at all. The aldermen believe they are stolen away by a manner of living that is downright Carja, a phrase they punctuate by spitting upon the floor. In return, I suggested that their mistrust and fear of a civilized way of life was positively Oseram. I could not bring myself to spit indoors, and this caused great commotion, after which I was bodily carried from the building upon the shoulders of my hosts and deposited in the midst of a coming-of-age celebration, not for a man, but for some new manner of device. I awoke on a cart arriving at Pitchcliff. My throat was hoarse, my arms numbed from accepting countless challenges to wrestle, and the taste of an alcohol, much like machine oil, was still on my tongue. My head ached as if split down the center. Truly, I had risked my life in search of an answer. Is there more to the Oseram character than brawling, drinking, and shouting? Simply put, dear reader, there's not. But let us hope that the Elderman's fears will be proven true, and in time the sun's light and Meridian's glory can temper these rough-honed folk. That was kind of an entertaining read. What? Oh, that hurt. Well, time to waste all my healing. That's probably what I deserve. Okay. So they want me to head back west. Because there was somebody missing. Where? I see the markers for the hunting lodges. Is it down here? In foreign lands, investigate the Forsaken Village. I can fast travel there. Unfortunately, if I see a fox now, I am going to have to kill it. And I'm very unhappy about that.